The giant anaconda stories around the Amazon basin have dated since the last century. Native tribes in the eastern Ecuador region tell us of gigantic snakes who have been able to tackle down a whole group of hunters. Some of the tales are very well documented and told on from generations on. It seemed true that in recent history giant snakes in South America were pretty common, posing a threat to the human community. These were probably the last giants of serpents, that were equipped with hundreds of pounds of powerful muscle and speed. It's said that a full-grown man had no chance of survival when encountering one of these giant reptilian predators. There are reports of anacondas reaching 50 to 100 feet long. These reports, however, remain unverified. The well-known observer Colonel Percy Fawcett from Royal Geographic Society's contribution reported an encounter with an anaconda pushing 62 feet long. The colonel with his native crew drifted along the Rio Abuna, when he spotted a great triangular serpentine head appearing at the bow of the boat. He opened fire, hitting the creature in the spine. In its last moments, the snake thrashed the water around the boat. The diameter of the snake's body was relatively small, only 12 inches. Nevertheless, he had no way of carrying the specimen back from the interior. A kind of snake with that dimensions would weigh several thousand pounds. The colonel also describes enormous trails in the sandy banks, and is stated by inland rubber pickers and Indians who told stories about these giants which leave trails in the swampy riverbeds. The trails were between 5 to 6 foot wide. The Brazilian Boundary Commission mentioned also comparable sightings of these trails which had been made by a snake of a monstrous size, at least 80 foot in length. Spanish explorers also mention reports of snakes 80 feet devouring animals as large as oxen and horses. The largest anacondas reported were a 90-foot 2-ton specimen reportedly shot in British Columbia, and a report of another snake killed that was reportedly 110 to 150 feet long. There are even historical records of anacondas big enough to demolish small houses and villages. Today there is still debate over how large the largest anacondas in the Amazon would be, and based on reports and the unverified measurements, 37 feet seems to be the largest theoretically possible size, although the largest confirmed anaconda was 27 feet and weighed 550 pounds. It stays a mystery of which Colonel Perry had seen and discovered, and is very regretful that not better material of photographs could harden these facts and reports about these giant snakes. Remy van Leerde was a Belgian pilot who became well known for his heroic exploits during World War II. Among other feats, he escaped from a war camp and made it safely to Britain, where he became an ace in the Royal Air Force. But his famous monster sighting came years later when he was returning from a mission in the Congo. According to van Leerde, he was flying over the jungle in a helicopter when he spotted a giant snake, very dark green with a white belly, which he estimated to be over 50 foot in length. In his account, the serpent reared up as though it wanted to attack the helicopter. He even managed to snap a picture of the beast, which is now known in the cryptozoological circles. Unfortunately, the picture is fairly blurry and doesn't provide anything to indicate the scale, so it can't be used as proof that the snake really was that enormous. Still, he insisted that the monster was a true giant, and could have easily have eaten up a man if it wanted to. Some have suggested that these individuals are seeing Titanoboas. Titanoboa was a true monster among prehistoric snakes. After the KT extinction 65 million years ago wiped out all of the dinosaurs, it took a few million years for terrestrial life on Earth to replenish itself. Appearing during the Paleocene epoch, Titanoboa was one of the first plus-size reptiles to reclaim the ecological niches left open by the demise of the dinosaurs, and marine reptiles at the end of the Cretaceous period. During the Paleocene epoch, modern-day Peru and Colombia were tropical, which meant Titanoboa was able to grow to enormous sizes. It's believed this giant snake was 50 foot long and weighed 2,000 pounds, but of course many dismiss this theory. I'm interested to hear your theories. What do you think these people are seeing? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more countdown videos.